When we think about Europe, many of us envision ancient churches, cathedrals, and temples. But in 2024, religious trends are shifting faster than you might think. Some countries cling tightly to their faith, while others are moving away. Let's take a closer look at the top 10 most religious countries in Europe, where faith shapes not only the culture, but the daily lives of millions. You'll be shocked by some of these figures. Let's dive in. Number 10, Portugal. Portugal is often overlooked when talking about religious countries, but you'll be surprised by how deeply Catholicism permeates its society. A 2024 report by the Portuguese Institute for Religious Affairs revealed that 76% of the population identifies as Catholic, and religious festivals like Fatima's pilgrimage draw millions of visitors every year. Around 25% of the Portuguese population attends church services regularly. Many Portuguese believe in miracles, especially tied to the Marian apparitions in Fatima in 1917. Even now, people walk hundreds of kilometers in devotion to the Virgin Mary. With its deep ties to the church and ongoing belief in the supernatural, religion in Portugal is as much about community as it is about personal belief. Number 9, Belarus. Belarus is an intriguing country when it comes to religion, especially considering its authoritarian political system. The majority of Belarusians, around 78%, follow the Eastern Orthodox Church, while a smaller but significant minority practices Catholicism. What's surprising about Belarus is how, despite decades of Soviet suppression, religion has continued to thrive. According to the Pew Research Center, nearly 60% of Belarusians say religion plays a significant role in their lives, a number that has been slowly rising since the fall of the Soviet Union. Churches in Belarus remain packed on religious holidays, and many young people are turning back to faith as a source of guidance and identity. Number 8, Serbia. Serbia is another Balkan country where religion and national identity are closely intertwined. About 80% of the population identifies as Serbian Orthodox, with the Serbian Orthodox Church playing a central role in society and politics. Did you know that Serbia is one of the few European countries where church attendance is on the rise? A recent survey by the Serbian Statistical Office found that over 61% of people regularly attend religious services, a significant increase compared to previous decades. Religion here is deeply connected to the idea of Serbian nationalism, especially in the wake of historical conflicts and modern political struggles. Number 7, Croatia. Croatia may be a small country, but it boasts a high rate of religiosity. Around 82% of Croatians are Roman Catholic in 2024, and the church continues to have a profound impact on national identity. Did you know that even the country's independence movement in the 1990s was closely tied to Catholic symbols and traditions? Surveys indicate that around 30 to 35% of Croatians attend religious services regularly, with more frequent attendance in rural areas and among older generations. In urban areas and among younger people, regular attendance tends to be lower. In rural areas, religion still dictates much of the social structure, with families attending church regularly and observing holy days with reverence. Interestingly, Croatia's government frequently aligns with the church on various social issues, making faith a public affair as much as a private one. Number 6, Poland. When we think of Poland, many immediately associate it with the late Pope John Paul II, one of the most beloved religious figures of the 20th century. The Catholic Church remains a dominant force in Poland, with a staggering 85% of the population identifying as Roman Catholic in 2024. What's even more surprising, around 50% of Poles attend Mass every Sunday. Poland's connection with Catholicism intensified during the communist era when religion became a refuge from political oppression. Even today, the church wields significant influence over Polish politics and education. Schools are required to offer religious instruction, and priests are often seen blessing new businesses. Can you believe how much religion still impacts daily life here? Number 5, Cyprus, a divided island with two main religions, Christianity in the south and Islam in the north. Greek Cypriots predominantly follow Eastern Orthodoxy, while Turkish Cypriots practice Islam. Over 87% of the population in the south identifies with the Orthodox Church of Cyprus. The intertwining of religion and politics on this island is a significant part of its identity. Did you know that in the southern part of Cyprus, many public holidays are religious, and church attendance remains high, with over 60% of Orthodox Christians regularly attending services? Yet, it's not just about faith. Religion is at the heart of the Cypriot identity. deeply influencing art, culture, and even its political struggles. The division between the North and the South mirrors the division between the two dominant religions. Even so, people on both sides find a common sense of belonging through their respective faiths. Number 6, Romania. Did you know that Romania is one of the few countries in Europe where belief in God has hardly wavered over the years? In 2024, 89% of Romanians identify as Eastern Orthodox Christians. Interestingly, the country's rural areas are even more devout than the cities, with many Romanians celebrating religious holidays with processions, church services, and fasting periods that are deeply embedded in their culture. Religion also plays a central role in public life. According to a 2022 report from the Romanian National Institute of Statistics, 85% of the population regularly participates in religious festivals and community events. Faith here isn't just a private matter, it's a public expression of identity. Number 5, Greece. Did you know? Greece, with its ancient temples and deep Orthodox Christian roots, is still one of Europe's most religious countries. Over 90% of Greeks identify as Orthodox Christians in 2024, a faith dating back to the Byzantine era. Religion here isn't just a private matter, it weaves through their public holidays, traditions, and even their constitution. The Greek Orthodox Church is officially recognized by the state, and 60% of the population attends church at least once a week, a figure that may surprise those who assume Europe is increasingly secular. Why is Greece still so religious? According to a 2023 study by the Pew Research Center, the deep bond between faith and national identity plays a huge role. After all, the country has endured centuries of foreign rule, and religion became a rallying point for freedom. Can you imagine a country where faith has been a symbol of resistance for centuries? Number 4, Moldova. Moldova is a hidden gem when it comes to religious devotion. Did you know that 91% of Moldovans identify as Eastern Orthodox Christians in 2024, one of the highest rates in Europe? Moldova's deep faith can be traced to its complex history of foreign domination, where religion often served as a form of resistance. Even today, Moldovan society is deeply influenced by the church. Religious icons are often seen in homes, schools, and businesses. According to a 2022 report by the Moldovan Academy of Sciences, over 80% of Moldovans attend church regularly, and religious festivals like Easter are central to community life. Despite the challenges the country faces economically, faith remains a cornerstone of Moldovan identity. Number 3, Malta. Malta, a picturesque island nation in the Mediterranean, is deeply rooted in Catholicism. Did you know that over 93% of the Maltese population identifies as Roman Catholic? The island's devotion dates back to 60 AD, when, according to tradition, St. Paul shipwrecked here and introduced Christianity. Religion is a cornerstone of Maltese society, influencing everything from politics to public holidays. Catholicism is enshrined in the country's constitution, and religious festivals are celebrated with great enthusiasm, especially the famous village festas, which include parades, fireworks, and processions honoring patron saints. Church attendance remains high, with over 50% of Maltese attending weekly mass, one of the highest rates in Europe. Malta's beautiful churches, such as St. John's Co-Cathedral, continue to be both spiritual and cultural landmarks. Number 2, Armenia. Did you know that Armenia is often called the world's first Christian nation? In fact, Armenia adopted Christianity as its official religion way back in 301 AD. This small but deeply spiritual country in the Caucasus region is home to 2.8 million people, and Christianity is woven into nearly every aspect of life here. Over 94% of the population identifies with the Armenian Apostolic Church, one of the oldest Christian institutions in the world. What makes Armenia stand out even today is the role religion plays in its identity. The beautiful monasteries perched on mountaintops are not just tourist attractions, they're living, breathing centers of worship. The Gaighard Monastery, for example, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that draws visitors from all over the globe, but it's still used for regular services. In recent years, the Pew Research Center reported that about 79% of Armenians said religion is very important in their lives. In a world that's becoming more secular, Armenia's devotion remains steadfast. Number 1, Kosovo is a country with a Muslim majority, with over 95% of the population identifying as Sunni Muslim. Religion is a cornerstone of life in Kosovo, influencing everything from social customs to political discussions. Since gaining independence in 2008, Kosovo has seen a rise in religious participation, especially among the younger generation. One interesting fact is that religious symbols, such as mosques and churches, stand side by side in some areas, symbolizing Kosovo's complex history of faith and coexistence. According to a report by the Kosovo Agency of Statistics, over 70% of Kosovars regularly attend religious services, and the construction of new mosques continues to increase. As we've explored these 10 countries, it's clear that faith continues to play a central role in shaping Europe's identity, even in 2024. Whether through public holidays, religious festivals, or weekly worship, the influence of religion remains undeniable. Which country surprised you the most with its level of religiosity? Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below to share your thoughts. Thanks for watching.